All right, in San Rafael, we feel the need to completely transform government from the inside out. To overcome things like I just talked about, digital demands and declining public trust, we feel that we have to invent a completely new kind of local government. A quote we use to summarize the challenge is, local government was largely organized in the 19th century and largely uses 20th century tools to try to solve 21st century problems. And that's our challenge. So we invented Together San Rafael, and I came up with this not very great first draft summary of principles. The together part, though, comes from employee together within their department, together across departments, and together with the community. Cross-departmental teams at all levels of the organization then came up with the guiding principles that we use today. The first three are together in service, start with community needs, and find something to say yes to, taking risks and trying new things. The remaining three are reimagine the status quo, practice openness, and be mindful. We look back at these guiding principles as the foundation of how we do our work. We created learning labs with our local partners, Civic Makers, so our employees could practice changing how we do things. We had a focus on human-centered design, which is putting people at the middle of our service design. And it looks like this. We empathize with the community's need or desire. We define points of view, generate ideas and iterate possible solutions, build prototypes, test them with the end users, get feedback, and repeat. It reminded me a lot of being a Peace Corps volunteer. I summarized the role of the Peace Corps volunteer as find out what a community wants and then help them achieve it. To me, that should be the mission of all local governments. The Learning Lab spans several months of working on city challenges and culminates in a demo day, where employees share what they came up with, what they learned with all their colleagues, what went well and what didn't. Then, as you can see, we have a bowling party. We know we need to celebrate victories and create an ongoing narrative. So our employee intranet is actually open to the world and tells our story. And you can find everything that I'm saying and talking about Together San Rafael there. We weave the Together San Rafael guiding principles into employee recognition, appreciation events, performance evaluations, anywhere we can throughout the organization, we weave them in so that we're living our values in many different ways. We've also made it our recruitment message of why the very best employees should want to join us and be part of what we're doing and co-creating. This was the recruitment of our retitled HR director, which has been filled, so you can't apply for it anymore. We have many, maybe too many cross-departmental teams, as you can see from the print on this page. But employees can get involved in employee onboarding, equity and inclusion, and many more. So there's something for everyone. Let's Lead Together shows our management values, from leading with heart to be inclusive to, as Matt was just talking about, demonstrate vulnerability. These break down the silos and build our high-trust teams that work extremely well together. A quick service design example, a new cannabis manufacturer said, honestly didn't think the application process was going to be as straightforward as it was. It was so clean, I would submit to San Rafael 100 times if I could. I don't even know how to explain what I've been dealing with the other cities. Another example, illegal dumping. A cross-departmental team created a program of education and community engagement, disposal grants, and enforcement. We added a 0.5% adjustment on garbage bills to expand the pilot program further throughout the city. Organizationally, IT used to be a division of management services. We created a new department of digital service and open government. As you can see, digital ensures our organization is using a build, measure, learn approach. We asked, how would you create your department if you could design it today? One recent answer was to combine our library and parks, recreation and childcare departments all together, as they have such similar missions and approaches. I was once told by a past boss that so much of the red tape and bureaucracy that I see can be wiped away like a spider web. And I feel that my role, or our role as city managers, is to give the permission and the cover to make change happen and to wipe away the spider webs. So we're just a few years into Together San Rafael, but another thing I learned in the Peace Corps is great patience, which is necessary to overcome decades of bureaucracy. and create a new kind of 21st century government. Thank you.